10 secrets you missed in the Turning Red movie Part 2. Turning Red, the new animated movie of Disney and Pixar that every one of us has liked. Turning Red is so amazing because it's such an amazing, fresh, and high-spirited movie. It's a movie that will make you smile with the funny adventures that Mei Lee and her funny friends will actually go through. Turning Red depicts adolescence in such a comedic and ironic way that it's incredibly fun to watch, like the girls being fans of a boy band or liking a guy from their school. It shows us the life of 4 teenagers, but in a very comedic and happy way that it makes us laugh a lot throughout the movie. Overall, Turning Red shows us the amazing and joyful life of Mei Lee and her awesome friends that are so funny, full of life, and like to have a great time with each other. A movie that instantly puts a smile on your face with how happy the relationships of these 4 friends is, supporting each other no matter what, and living their best life as they grow up with a positive and energetic attitude to overcome any problem they have together. Turning Red is the story of a 13-year-old girl called Mei Lee. Mei Lee is a very motivated and energetic girl that is incredibly eager to go into high school and stop being a kid. She's looking forward to her future and nothing is gonna get in her way. But one night while Mei Lee is sleeping, she gets an esoteric and spiritual dream about red pandas. And when she wakes up in the morning to go to the bathroom, she sees herself as a big red panda. She thinks it's something weird happening to her, but her parents later explain to her that they have the ability to turn into red pandas because of their Chinese ancestors. Here, Mei Lee will have to learn how to live with her new trait because whenever she gets too excited or has any big emotion, she poofs into the big red panda. But in the process, she will go through amazing adventures trying to discover her real identity. But like I showed you in part 1, there are many secrets that you guys didn't see in the Turning Red movie. Secrets that add more fun to the movie but you didn't pick up on, guys. So without further ado, let's get straight into the 10 secrets you missed in the Turning Red movie Part 2. Let's go, guys! In the scene when Mei Lee starts drawing Devin in her notebook and he winks at her, she gets up shocked and instantly rushes to hide under her bed, where she starts drawing more and more pictures of her and Devin. Basically what every teenager would do. A very funny scene, but all of a sudden, her mom walks into her room, and while she's talking to her, she's nervous that her mom will actually look at the notebook. And when her mom sees it, we can see the notebook in a clear way. Here, we see that she has a lot of stickers in it, but one of the stickers that she has is of a rabbit. Well, this rabbit is the main character of the animated short of Disney and Pixar called Burrow. Released on December of 2020, it tells the story of a cute rabbit who begins her dream of digging a great hole into the ground, and even though she has no clue about digging or what she's doing, she believes in herself to follow her dreams of having the best burrow. But in the process, she will go through many funny situations where she will dig herself deeper and deeper into the ground. This animated movie has a lot of references to the real world, and it's very, very beautiful. You can also watch it on Disney+. It's a very, very cool animated short. When Mei's mom looks at the notebook and she finds out that the guy that she has in her notebook is Devin, she drives to the shop where she embarrasses her in front of him and other classmates. Because of this, she goes to her bed that night very angry and stressed. But during this sleep, she has an esoteric dream about red pandas, and then she wakes up as the big red panda that we all see in the movie. Now, after this scene, her mom drives her to school and tells her to act calmly and normally or the panda will actually come out, and then she hands her a backpack. If we look at this backpack, we see that it's called Back Sport. This is a clear reference to the real-life backpack brand called JanSport. JanSport was founded in 1967 in Washington, D.C. It was the first brand that introduced the first convertible backpack, and after this, it went on to become the largest backpack manufacturer in the world. But especially during the 2000s, JanSport backpacks were immensely popular among teenagers. Every teenager had one of these backpacks because it was seen as stylish and cool. And because Turning Red is set in the 2000s, it's a clear reference to the culture of that time. JanSport would later partner up with North Face and now sells half of all the backpacks sold in the US. When Mei's parents take her to the temple to explain to her all of the details of why she turned into a red panda, they tell her that one of her female ancestors had this power to protect her family and thrive from outside forces. And because of this trait has been running in her family ever since. She gets mad at this, obviously, because she didn't want to hear this, and then her mom calms her down when she tells her that she has a cure. She will have to wait for the next red moon to perform a ritual that will liberate her from the red panda. And when her dad goes to check when will be the next moon, he points at May 25th. Now, this isn't random at all. This is a reference to the number that Turning Red holds in the Pixar movies list. Turning Red is the 25th animated movie of Pixar after their first release in 1995. Because of this, the directors wanted to give it a little milestone celebration by showing this number in the movie. After the scene, Mei Lee walks into her high school's hallway, keeping her emotions in check out of fear that the panda will actually come out. She then joins her group of friends who talk to her about what happened with her and Tyler at the store, and she tells them that Tyler is not important to her anymore in a very calm and unemotional manner, just in case the panda comes out. A very funny scene, but then an emo guy walks past her and she becomes petrified in front of him. And if we look at the emo guy's shirt, we see that he has the word scapula on it. Well, this is a reference to the band that we see playing in the Pixar movie Coco during the Battle of the Bands. In this scene of Coco, when multiple bands go on stage to perform their show, we see a punk rock band called the Scapula, made out of skeletons, and since this guy is an emo, which means that he likes punk rock, the director wanted to play with the Pixar cinematic universe a little bit. At the beginning of the movie, when Mei Lee starts presenting herself and she starts talking about how excited she is about her future, she meets with her friends, and when they're walking, they see Devin at the store and they stop to look at him because they like him a lot. Now, if we back up this scene a little bit and we zoom into the skate that Miriam is holding, we can see that she has a lot of stickers. And out of all the stickers, we can see the sticker of what looks like a yellow cat. Well, this is Socks, the yellow robotic cat of Buzz Lightyear that will come up in the upcoming movie of Pixar called Lightyear. Lightyear will tell us the tales of the astronaut that inspired the toy of Toy Story, and in the movie, Buzz will have a robotic cat by the name of Socks, who will be his most trusted friend and companion throughout all of his journeys. And because this is Pixar's new film, they're teasing it and Turning Red to prepare us for the big adventure. When Mei Lee and her friends are in PE training for the next game, we see that she's complaining that she didn't get a good mark for her presentation. And while she's talking to her friends about this, Mei's mom comes in again and embarrasses her in front of Trevor, who starts laughing at her. She gets angry again and throws a ball at him with incredible power. Then, her friends take her to the bathroom to talk to her, and here, another group of girls see Mei Lee as a panda, and then they fight with these group of girls. Now, in this scene here, if we zoom into the back of Abby's head, we see the one and only Nemo drawn in the door. Nemo is the major character of the famous Pixar movie Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo is considered to be one of the best and iconic animated movies ever made. In its time, the movie grossed more than $1 billion, which was completely unheard of in the animated world industry, and was the second highest grossing film of the year. Because of this, Pixar wanted to give it a little reference in Turning Red. After being discovered as a red panda, Mei goes to Tyler's birthday and she confronts him to end their differences once and for all. But after some talking, they all gather around Mei as a panda and they start having fun together. Dancing, singing, and overall a very wholesome and funny scene. But after the scene, Mei and her friends go to the top of Tyler's house and they start eating and vibing together. But then the girls hear Tyler asking for Mei. Now, in this scene, if we zoom into Tyler's pool, we see a ball. But not just any random ball, guys. The iconic Pixar ball that Pixar always hides in their movies as an Easter egg. Throughout all of their movies, we see this ball in different places and different situations, but it's always hidden, and you have to look carefully to find it. The iconic Pixar ball made its first appearance on the Pixar short Luxo Jr. Since then, the ball has made many cameos in different Pixar movies, becoming a symbol of Pixar Studios. When Mei goes to school for the first time after waking up as a panda, her mom tells her not to have any big emotions because the panda will actually come out. But when her mom comes to her school and she embarrasses her in front of her class and they all start laughing at her, she gets really embarrassed after this and poofs into a big red panda, and she starts running through the hallways to get out as soon as possible. And in one of the scenes here, when her mom is searching for her in one of the classes, if we zoom at the bottom right of the scene, we see the skeleton of an animal. Well, this is the skeleton of Kevin the Snipe of the Pixar movie Up. Released in 2009, Up is an incredibly beautiful movie that tells us the adventures of Carl Fredricksen and his new young friend. And in this case, if you have any doubt that this is really not the skeleton of Kevin, in the movie, we have seen where the main villain shows us the skeleton of Kevin, and if we compare the two, we see that it's very clear that it's the same skeleton. After Mei and her family try to get the panda out of her body during the red moon, she refuses because at this point she's gotten used to the panda and she loves it, and tells her family that she's actually keeping it. But she breaks her mom's amulet during this confrontation, and her mom's panda also comes out at the end of the movie. But after this scene, she runs to the Fort Town concert as a panda, and while she's running, in this scene right here, if we look at the right, we see a yellow truck. Well, this is another Easter egg of the iconic Pizza Planet truck that Pixar always puts in their movies, just like the yellow ball. The Pizza Planet truck appeared in Toy Story 1 for the first time, and since then it has appeared in every Pixar movie besides The Incredibles. A very funny Easter egg hitting and Turning Red. At the end of the movie, when Mei and her mom are fighting as pandas, Mei's dad is seen drawing a big circle made out of chalk with a line-making machine to perform the Chinese red moon ritual and put the pandas back into the amulets. And if we zoom into the line-making machine that Mei's dad is using, we see that it says the Chalker Professional Model A113. Well, the A113 code that we see here is a famous number that Pixar has always put in many of their movies since their start, like in Toy Story 1. This code is a reference to the room number that many of the Pixar team members studied in at the beginning of their career. careers in college. A very cool and important secret that means a lot in the Pixar studios. And well, my guys, that's all the dose of DJ there is for today. I really hope you liked this video and liked all of this amazing secrets you missed in the Turning Red movie Part 2. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one, my guys. Peace!